Oh man, I just died. It's always bad when a crab does like 3 crits in a row and then you miss all your combo points and your evasion basically doesn't exist because they keep hitting you more. Man, I think my character got bugged. I'm gonna appeal, but I like 4 days of progress went to shit for a crab, yellow crab. But yeah, Access mounts an out of bounds World of Warcraft Classic 1 to 60 by Uberdanger, and I remember he did a Scarlet Monastery last time, and he ninja a little piece of, I mean, to be fair, not ninja, didn't ninja, he got it's just ridiculous. That's how bad some of these players play, and they get some of the good loot. I mean, to be fair, that is necessary for bad players to eventually progress and get to somewhere that they can actually be good. But at the same time, when these players come to the end game and try hardcore stuff, they might ruin everything for everyone because they are accustomed to pulling shit. But yeah, let's go in the count of 3, 2, 1, go.
Last time, our hero attained the Whirlwind X, traveled to unknown lands, fruitlessly farmed Scarlet Monastery, and rekindled with our bangin' WoW GF.
Oh my god.
Continuing the adventure, I bricked my computer trying to install an SSD.
What?
And decided that in the spirit of fiddling with mechanical contraptions much too complex for my feeble human mind, I wanted to be an engineer. You see, I wasn't having fun with mining and blacksmithing, so I ditched 2 of the most financially viable professions in the game.
Yeah, that would be alchemy and herbalism.
In exchange for the least profitable job in Azeroth.
Yeah.
A stark contrast to being an engineer in real life. Ignoring the impending need for money to buy a mounted 40, I viscerally followed an engineering leveling guide, knowing full well that my viewers would send me money to give me the authentic Asmongold experience. I spent a good 15 minutes making this jump, so please appreciate my position of tinkering. No one in this game seemed to acknowledge my masterful movement. Anyways, I decided that the steep price for core stone on the auction house was a bit of a ripoff, and decided to go all the way to Darkshore to get them myself. After a few hours, 30 minutes of honest work, I returned to Ironforge. Before I started this gruesome endeavor, I wish someone had told me that the level cap for my professions scale with my actual level. I had basically just wasted a bunch of time and gold to
Dude, do it one by one. And don't roll on green skills, man. Use yellow. Don't. That's a waste.
Familiarize myself with the steep learning curve of this bastard 15-year-old game.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. The grinding of professions. It sucks more until I think Legion. It gets better. I had problems some of the Legion issues, like it becomes just too much bullshit, like just name flowers, name gadgets. But in Classic, yeah, but almost all professions except 2 really suck to level up because they don't really give you anything really good in the middle. You need to get to the fucking best part and then build yourself. I mean, you can make a bunch of goggles, but again, it's just not as good as some of the gadgets that you get in the future. Like, seriously.
15-year-old game. Whilst flying to Hillsbrad Foothills, I disconnected, and a bug spawned me into guaranteed death by drowning in a location where I couldn't possibly recover.
Oh, fuck, fatigue. Oh my god. Imagine dying like that.
Corpse. The joke's on Blizzard, though. I got to my destination faster. Together with my companions, I went back to Scarlet Monastery, where we got ambushed by angsty teenagers. Unlike my friends who fought bravely, I pathetically begged for my life, and bought myself some spare time by performing a sacred mating ritual. Lil Sundo the Lich graciously spared my life. When entering the dungeon, I experienced the usual fuckery that I've grown all too accustomed to at this point. Our healer dies and asks me to actually taunt the mobs. I inform our healer that I don't use defensive stance because I have too much testosterone. Our DPS claims he's doing everything and that I'm not capable of DPSing, and that I shouldn't be. because I'm the tank. Yet I let the numbers speak for themselves. We get to Herod and our healer dies in the extremely easily avoidable spin move, after which she tells me that I should have held aggro.
I mean, yeah, that's big things.
We get to Herod and our healer dies in the extremely easily avoidable spin move, after which she tells me that I should have held aggro. Our quote-unquote DPS then cowers in fear instead of attacking the boss. We wipe and start all over.
That's not a paladin, right? Of course, no mana. Yeah, their healer was a druid. It's a maybe.
At this point, our healer dies and asks me to actually taunt the
Or a
mobs.
priest.
I inform our healer that I don't use defensive stance because I have too much testosterone. Our DPS claims he's doing everything.
Oh
and
my fuck! Is it the same fucking? Is this Hrothgar? He fucking abandoned Holy and now he's red. Get the fuck, red was useless. Red was always useless until right now. Seriously, in Dragonflight it was became like a bit viable. For fuck's sake, Hrothgar, roll back to Holy. What are you doing?
I'm not capable of DPSing. And that
Best
I
healer in
shouldn't
the
be
game, and
because
he's not
I'm the
playing
tank. Yet I let the numbers speak for
Ridiculous.
themselves. We get to Herod and our healer dies in the extremely easily avoidable spin move, after which she tells me that I should have held aggro. Our quote-unquote DPS then cowers in fear.
That is not if you have a shield on, you're not a DPS unless you changed it. Why?
Instead of attacking the boss, we wipe and start all over. Once we finally manage to take down the boss, he drops these 6 set pants. I roll a 22 and a single tear falls down my face. We try to run the dungeon one more time, and with our inoptimal setup, we painstakingly skank our way through the whole thing. Excited, I type, now the axe drops, and I roll a 99. However, the boss was nowhere to be found because
You didn't. You just said that.
I'm apparently
Okay, that was
incapable of properly resetting a dungeon.
Bro, everyone needs to get out. Wait 10 seconds, reset, wait another 10 seconds, get the fuck back in. How did you mess that up?
Apparently, leaving and re-entering isn't enough.
Oh my
You also
god.
have to click a button.
Yeah.
Since I'm
To be honest, that's dumb. That's dumb. There should be a button to restart and teleport everyone in the entrance. That would be basically a bit easier and make shit a lot faster, especially on vibes. For fuck's sake, Blizzard. Like, every game almost has an instant replay button. Why the fuck don't we have that shit? Like, retry. Because it's a grindy death zone sometimes. But yeah. Let's continue.
damn tired of showing you me farming armory over and over again. Here's my 37th run where I finally acquired the Ravager.
Oh. Congrats! Congrats!
This is the single biggest upgrade to the stand and hit gameplay.
It's really good.
Now this game is fucking easy. Look, I don't even gotta do anything. Although, for fear of copyright infringement, I recreated this music piece myself with a royalty-free beat.
What?
You spin me right round, baby, right round, when we go down, down. Yeah, I couldn't really find a matching beat, but you know, times are tough. Then I checked my
God, yeah. Fucking YouTube. They're just dumb, man. YouTube is so stupid. Like, why? Bro, when this video is not monetized, even YouTube's losing money. Bro, they're losing so much money. They're losing a lot because they have to give the space for the video and they don't have to make anything off of it. That's just giving, like, we are basically is stealing from YouTube for every demonetized video we watch. That's how ad blocks are destroying it. But yeah, it's Google, so fucking they have big dick sponsors and shit.
mail to find the most generous donation to our crusade thus far. Daddy Chill graciously offers up the fiery war axe, or as he calls
Fuck you, man! An epic? Why did you farm 50 fucking Just put the Ravager there. This is so bullshit.
His Kook Cleaver, my first purple piece of gear. Excited to test it out, I go to Stranglethorn Vale, the North Korean border of Azeroth, home to the Gurubashi Arena, a coliseum of free-for-all PvP, where once every 3 hours the arena chest spawns. It was 6 AM and I decided to try my luck.
No
At this
way.
ungodly hour, the arena wasn't filled with dozens of people, but rather just 2 individuals. The survivor was a level 44 warrior, and since I could tell he was enjoying World of Warcraft, I decided to extend the game's lifespan for him by a couple minutes, landing me the arena chest on my
Savage.
first try. I'll have you know that in over 100 hours of game time, looting this chest with PTSD from all the rogues that have previously unstealthed behind me, with the most nerve-wracking 5 seconds yet.
And he fucking looted it. Like, how the fuck? Bro, this place is impossible.
Perhaps on par with Hrothgar's final moment.
Okay, I wonder how dead is the server though.
Behind me, with the most nerve-wracking 5 seconds yet, perhaps on par with Hrothgar's final moments. Damn you, turtle.
Fucking Hrothgar.
I later tried again at
Buffs, for fuck's sake, buff your
9 and
teammates.
12 AM,
Hrothgar.
and it turns out I just got extremely lucky. It's nearly impossible to get this damn chest.
Yeah.
Satisfied with the spoils of battle, I went to Booty Bay, where I found an AFK player. Going against my better judgment, I decided to ruin his day. I should have looked twice though, because this was no player. It was the Horde Griffin Master, who ended my measly existence in
Fucking idiot, you can see him. You can see the name, you can see the fucking circle of golden
seconds.
elite.
I said, fuck this, it's time to go on an adventure. I managed to get on the mountains between Stranglethorn and Darkwood by glitching up a wall. I looked into the horizon and immediately knew I had to go where no night elf had dared venture. When I saw the hard, clear-cut line in the textures, I knew that Blizzard didn't intend for us to access this area.
Yeah,
it looks
there's
fucking cool,
plenty
though.
of those.
Exploration is definitely one of my favorite parts of MMOs. Since this is a long journey, I'll tell you a story along the way. So you know how I've consistently been getting disconnected from WoW? What if I told you that the problem wasn't the Blizzard servers, but in fact my own computer? This is fucking nuts, right? But in my motherboard, there's this thing called a CMOS battery. And apparently, Windows relies heavily on this battery to tell the time. After 6
Okay, here's the thing. It's fucking stupid for Blizzard to have a time syncing ability that disconnects you because your time is not synced with the international time. Like, everyone can have any time, at any place, at whatever they want. Fuck Blizzard for even trying that. That's bullshit. If their server relies on that, they need to fucking update that shit. But I really doubt that. If maybe it's not because of time. Because biases reset causes time to reset too. But maybe it's some setting in the bias that keeps like bugging it. Like bugging the OS actually. Or bugging the network like unit, chipset. I don't know. The time, highly doubt it.
years, my CMOS battery had ran out of power, which caused my BIOS to not be able to store the time. 5 to 10 times a day, it would set my Windows time to...
And any other setting, to be honest. Like any other setting, everything goes back to default. Like that's really, like... problematic sometimes. Be very careful.
Caused my BIOS to not be able to store the time. 5 to 10 times a day, it would set my Windows time to 11:30 p.m. What's funny is that my router relies on the time, so it would pop me off my internet every time that happened. I'd like to say that's why I haven't
Okay, his router. Okay, that makes more sense, but still, it depends what type of connection he's using.
streamed in months, but truth be told, it's because I fucking hate streaming. Anyways, I ordered a new CMOS battery online, but because I'm stupid, possibly because my parents dropped me on my head as a kid, but likely just due to my lack of education, I bought the wrong one. And this next part is kinda unbelievable, but genuinely true. I happened to find the correct battery lying on the ground outside of where I do physiotherapy for my scoliosis.
Maybe. Okay, that's ridiculous. But maybe I use this the self-health like check guides and stuff. What do you call them? Like blood pressure, blood sugar machines that you have in your house that you use. maybe someone had one of those devices, and some of those devices use the same type of like watch batteries. So maybe someone wanted to discard one of those or just dropped it from the device because the device was loose or something. But yeah, that is a possibility.
Together with a friend, I busted open my computer only to find myself in a troubling predicament. My motherboard, the Asus Maximus Formula 6, has all this armor on it, and along with it, a massive design flaw. To get to the CMOS, I would have to literally take my entire PC apart, to then unscrew the armor from the back of the motherboard, then install the new CMOS, put everything back together, and possibly twice in case the battery I found on the ground was used. Considering that it's 6 years since I built this PC and I almost bricked it trying to install an SSD, it's safe to assume that this process would completely break my computer.
Bro, try everything you want on your computer. If you know what you're doing. If you know what, bro. I hacksawed my graphic fan to make a water cooling, like custom water mix air thing, and it actually worked perfectly. Like my 1080 actually works decently now without crashing the computer because the one fan is just not enough. So yeah, if you know what you're doing, the computer usually can take some stress of any kind of sort, except if you just physically destroy it or like connect electricity into it, like short circuit it. Don't do bullshit. You can try different buttons, you can try different stuff, but if you have like this bullshit is your old PSUs, don't change the 110 to 220 voltage settings for Europe and America because that can fry your whole system. But yeah, that's the only thing that might be a problem. Other than that, everything's up to for change and upgrade and modifying to fuck with. But yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
SSD. It's safe to assume that this process would completely break my computer. My solution? I decided to use knives, scissors, and...
That is dangerous as fuck! Bro, you can disconnect a fucking component, you can short circuit. The computer always has electricity inside of it, unless you disconnect the power of the PSU cable completely and hold the button, so everything gets consumed by the components. Do that first, and don't wear a watch, don't wear anything that can hold a static electricity. Be very careful.
Cut into my motherboard. Oops. Eventually building my frustration to the point where I brutally ripped off the armor with my bare hands.
You fucking savage!
Yeah!
That's such bullshit. Dude, there are screws behind of it.
After which, I put in the mysterious battery that I fucking found on the concrete outside, plugged my computer back in, and it literally fixed the entire problem with no repercussions. Moral of the story? Use power tools on your motherboards, kids. And also,
use power tools on your motherboard, kids who know what you're doing.
I really needed some filler for the middle of this video. I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, this is where I ended up. I'd gone all the way past Darkwood, Deadwind Pass, and the corner of the Blasted Lands, behind Zul'Gurub, to finally end up at the back end of the Tainted Scar, from where I only had one path available to me. I engaged in a kerfuffle with gravity and stress tested my bones.
There is
I
no
was then forced into a 10-minute resurrection sickness and a 25% durability penalty on all my equipment. Mind you, in an endgame zone with one singular Horde player who enforced his own all-encompassing no heart philosophy. After a sudden reminder of what World of Warcraft is actually like, I returned to the intended gameplay experience. I'm
basically doing it for nothing. So that's why you usually better check out a guide, but I think he doesn't use any add-ons. That is honest vanilla experience. But yeah, I respect that. But yeah, and that shit happened to many of the first players who played the game, so that is absolutely the first experience.
Made a dreadful choice when I decided to go questing in Iraqi highlands. We gotta kill these elite mobs. Unbeknownst to my party, I'd already attempted this yesterday with different people and I had Otto's head. There's two bosses, the other being Falcon Crest. You know the drill. We corpse walk into the castle. I don't have any healing potions and I refuse to use shields. Of course, we fail miserably.
Why is all your team is still alive and you're not healed? They have mana, what the fuck? Yeah. You need to be careful with AoEs, if it's sap and like sheep and
You
bullshit.
gotta understand, we're veterans of this shit. At level 36, we're dungeon-hardened fucking animals.
Oh, you
All
know.
of us have been through this countless times. It's a goddamn well-oiled machine. Our mages polymorph auto and the regular elite mob, a spell that would keep them as helpless sheep for 45 seconds, if not
That's
for the
a
fact
lot.
that we immediately damage them breaking the spell. With our
Fucking
primal
idiot.
instincts, we execute extremely basic game mechanics and exude the
Stop
very
moving,
simple
go behind
coordination
him.
required to beat this. That is right until a party of Horde players waddled in and clearly demonstrated that they didn't intend to wait 10 minutes for these dudes to respawn.
Holy
we
shit.
wipe and begrudgingly return to the castle, then wait patiently. That is until 7 minutes later, when I realized that Falcon Crest's loot belonged to us, as one of our party members had been alive when our assailant killed him, leaving not just all 5 Horde players unable to complete the quest,
Yeah,
but also
no
my
tag.
4 poor
Holy
comrades,
shit.
who'd be able to rectify the situation in 3 measly minutes. It was at this point I
No
said,
patience.
"It's been a pleasure doing
Motherfucker.
business with you," and continued my crusade to ruin the authentic
That doesn't matter. People do that all the time. Like they take whatever they want and get the fuck out. That happens. That happens. That is not destroying the political experience.
classic experience. I decided I'd had my fill of the
It's-
patented kill an orc in a castle
it's a
gameplay
bit of a
and began
dick
the
move,
quest
but-
chain for all of Scarlet Monastery. Seeing as I'd farmed one wing 37 times, I might as well experience the whole dungeon. After
Why not?
undergoing a multitude of repetitive tasks, I headed to Desolus. Now you might recall me having a tough time in Stone Talon Peak, which is on the way to where I'm going. I made sure to
Oh my
rectify
God.
the situation at hand. It's always exciting discovering a new place you've never been to. You never know what's gonna happen. You could see a reskin of a
I
mob
love
you've already killed
PvPs.
hundreds of times, slightly different looking NPCs with one of the dozen voices you heard countless times.
Hello.
Or maybe you'll even see purple water. If you're really lucky, you'll get the pleasure of doing an escort mission. God, I love this 15-year-old game. It's so bad, but so good.
At sometimes it's really fucking good that you can't experience it in any other game. That's
Questing
why
in
it's
Desolus
so
did
good.
have its moments. After getting ganked, I got revived by a holy saint who complimented the videos.
Aw.
Little did he know that he was about to receive a multitude of letters containing copy-pasted homoerotic poetry. Make it happen. That's
Fucking
your
asshole.
boy taking on 6 mobs at once, by the way. Twice an hour, I get to speed up the gameplay. This is sick. I also met Chargy, who stopped me from killing Horde players under the guise that we're not like them. We have honor.
Get the fuck out of here. We see Horde, we end Horde. Shut the fuck up.
Stands he would uphold right until we ran into a Horde player
Monkeys.
nearly having soloed an elite boss that he needed
Nice,
to kill.
holy shit.
At which point, Chargy threw his morals out the window and did what had to be
What
done.
the fuck?
After killing a bunch of skeletal warriors, we each went our own way. He then got his corpse camped by that Horde player until he had to log
Thank God.
off. But honestly, that didn't seem like a me problem. You see,
Why
I
did
was
you
focused
attack?
on the task at hand, putting the Ravager to good use on a part of the game everyone else seems to be ecstatic about, a part of the game that I personally despise, Scarlet Monastery. Isn't it exciting how a dungeon spanning 4 instances can have the same 3 models for all the enemies?
But it's a good dungeon. I really like this. It's a decent dungeon compared to some of the other bullshit dungeon Instant Kingdoms, like Kingdom that has such amazing dungeons.
Thrilling part is that one boss spins. I stand by my original statement. This game is Cookie Clicker, but with more world building. I'll spare you the boring details. Here's what happened. I lost every roll on every item, with the exception of this useless dog whistle that summons a hound with a minuscule amount of health.
That's not too. A trinket is not that ever a bad thing.
As per usual, I got us all killed by pulling too many mobs in the wrong way. Twice. We eventually
idiots.
beat the dungeon, and I'm sure lots of stuff happened, but let's be honest. Lord knows I'm not going fishing in these 7 hours of WoW recordings that aren't even in chronological order.
Classic fishing is useless anyways. It's just useless. You don't get any good green items from it. Really. Seriously, it's just worthless. Unless you want to do it for cooking and the profession. It's actually okay. it's actually really good for him because he's doing engineering and you can fish up engineering parts from the debris. And you can do it as early as like what, level 20? Yeah, you can. Holy shit.
Due to the CMOS incident resulting in random timestamps. Instead, I'll cut to me and Michael Scott dancing on an orc who was involuntarily sleeping on the ground. Speaking of not in chronological order, this happened before I fixed my computer. What happened after I fixed it? I started maniacally selling all my silk cloth on the auction house after finding out I'd need 90 gold to buy a mount at level 40, which was soon. I then went and completed various quests in Stranglethorn Vale. True to the authentic classic experience, they were all very rewarding. Sorry, I pronounced that incorrectly. I meant monotonous. Even though it's something I spent 12 hours of my life on, I can't for the life of me think of a single interesting thing that happened. I could extensively reiterate how we killed some pirates, a sea giant, and hundreds of various exotic animals. But truth be told, I just get goosebumps and flashbacks from all the horde encounters. Look at this shit. They turn me into a sheep, wait for the spell to run out, and then kill me. I felt scummed out at this very moment. So before leaving Stranglethorn Vale, I decided to do something I'd been putting off for a long time. Killing an AFK player. I was entirely unaware that that's what
Are you fucking kidding me? Knows nothing about natural like NPCs.
Whoa. But you live, you learn. Eventually, I would go on to kill this spider, turn off the recording software, and then reach level 40.
Congratulations.
If you called me a sleep-deprived moron, your argument would have fair grounds to stand.
Wait, what was it? Okay, when did... That's 621. I assume PM.
Unaware that that's what the booty baby learn. Eventually.
And he's at 2 a.m. 2:34 a.m. Bro! No wonder he's losing his mind that some of these videos are getting demonetized. He's putting so much work into progressing through this difficult game.
I would go on to kill this spider, turn off the recording software, and then reach level 40. If you called me a sleep-deprived moron, your argument would have fair grounds to stand on. All of my hard work has led me to this point. Every drop of sweat, blood, and tears, and I've saved up 60 gold. It's actually now that it dawns on me I need 30 more.
90.
So when I came to find it, Stek had sent me a mail telling me to put these up my behind, containing 25 gold and 60 tin bars, along with 7 grime-encrusted objects and 10 unidentifiable clumps of organic matter. I was pleasantly surprised, to say the least. And whilst we're on the subject of mail, if you guys don't stop asking me for I'm just not gonna show your mail. I'm trying to be monetized here, alright? Anyways.
Very smart, actually. That's a very smart move, to be honest. Seriously, why would he do that? Like, seriously, like, he already is getting enough trouble for this bullshit demonetization garbage YouTube content said. But
with my newfound riches, I traveled back to where it all began. Darnassus, where I graciously learned to ride a tiger.
Congratulations.
I then legally purchased a tiger. And let's be honest, I'm pretty damn majestic right now. However, considering that my viewers paid for half of it, it ain't really all that impressive or fulfilling. So for the ending, here's what we'll do instead. Somewhere in this video, there's an Easter egg which will lead you on a scavenger hunt. If you actually manage to make it to the end, you'll be rewarded with my secret ice cream recipe. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Bro, I want to see that recipe. Is there any... Anyone has that? What is that recipe though? What is it?
A tiger. And let's consider. So for the end, lead you on a scavenger.
That actually looks decent. To be fair, it looks like a strawberry and I really despise strawberry. I'm more of a like vanilla, saffron, and some chocolate. Like, mix that shit. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Like, this video wasn't as insane as the previous two ones, but it was still a part of his journey that it was necessary for us to understand. Especially how the fuck did he get that epic? Yeah, a donation of epic items. That is... I've never seen that shit. But yeah, thanks for watching again, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. For now, have a nice day and goodbye.